everybody, and welcome to Savagely Delightful, a podcast exposing the schadenfreude nature in all of us. Each week, your co-hosts John and Chrissy will be coming at you with different stories of people making the kind of dumb mistakes that we all just love to hear about.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Savagely Delightful.
Welcome back, everyone.
I'm John.
And I'm Christy.
And this is episode 33.
Yep. Or 32 if you're in my mind.
I don't know why you can't keep track of them.
No. I don't know. You would think I would be able to.
I have them, listed on my laptop, all of them in order.
Somehow when I'm saving my notes and stuff, it all got switched up somehow. So I'll, try and save it as the episode I think it is, and it's that episode's already used.
What the hell?
Or, that title's already used. I'm we haven't recorded that yet.
We need to go back and, look at all of them to make sure it is 33. I'm pretty sure it is, though.
It probably is. I don't know. We're in the 30s.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Who knows? You're here with us. You found us.
Yeah.
It's all good. Do you have any updates or anything?
Just that got another tattoo.
Yeah.
Make that 501.
Right. Yeah, makes your sleeve look more like a sleeve now.
Yeah. But I think we got some pretty good stories today.
Yep. I'm excited. You ready to kick us off?
I am. So my first story was submitted by Metaverse, though.
Meta.
And they say, I'm an IT person, 1 out of 5, for a decent-sized company that sells things.
Oh, I thought... Okay, 1 out of 5 people. I was thinking they were saying 1 out of 5 don't recommend. That's where my mind automatically went.
No, they are 1 of 5.
Gotcha.
And they sell this thing, I'm not going to say specifics, but the chocolate is pretty good. I'm new to this job, 5 weeks in. While leaving work today, I had to disable some accounts in Active Directory. I was remoted onto the server, and instead of shutting down my laptop, I ended up shutting down the server. This meant scan guns.
That feels critical.
Yes. This meant that scan guns and people working at home lost connections to the server. I potentially cost the business thousands of dollars in lost work due to the downtime of the servers.
God.
Even if it was only down for 30 minutes at most. I only found out because my boss texted me 50 minutes after that, and they had already gathered evidence that I did it.
Oh.
Apparently, I'll find out on Monday what's going to happen, LMAO. This just happened 2 hours ago, and I'm currently shitting bricks. But this is precisely why I work 2 jobs, just in case one fires me because, I'm a dumbass.
Oh my God.
This person
They say that's it's happened before. They're gotta have a backup.
Yeah, this person knows that they're so bad at working that they just have a backup job just in case. That's next level of planning.
That's hilarious.
But you might want to be a little more proactive. Just saying.
Hey, he's got himself on the back end, as long as he's got himself one way or another.
I guess so. But being an IT person is pretty important to companies, especially nowadays. If you shut a server down, that's everything. That's how you get anywhere in a company with all those electronics and shit.
That would scare the crap out of me too. I would just be pooping myself the whole time thinking about that and worrying about that until I know what's going on.
They said they were currently shitting bricks.
Yeah, no, I totally would be too. Especially when the boss says something they've gathered evidence. Right. Please don't.
And you're just 5 weeks in. Okay, yeah, it was down for 30 minutes. That's not a huge ordeal. Yes, it is thousands lost, but you're new.
It sucks, but
I would hope
that's one of those things
it.
that you hope happens, and then they never do it again because they're oh my God. But who knows?
Yeah, I hope you still have your job. Please let us know.
Right? God, that sucks so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you ready for my first story?
Yes, I am.
Okay, my first story is by I Am Myself 11.
I hope. Unless you have DID or something.
DID?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's the multiple personality disorder.
Oh,
but
dissociative identity disorder?
Yes.
Gotcha. Oh, that would be a lot. Okay. Sorry. That took me a second, Sybil. Okay. It's still hard for me to believe, so I don't blame you if you don't. Hopefully the attached picture will show you I'm not kidding.
I already don't believe.
And I do have the picture loaded so John can see, and I will be seeing if we can post this on our social media, so it might be on there as well.
Cool.
But they say around 8-ish years ago, when I was about 8, maybe 7, I, being a stupid but curious kid, wondered what would happen if I put a bean in my ear. I'm not sure what the thought process was. I don't remember what I thought would happen, but nonetheless, I put a pinto bean into my ear.
Same thing that'll happen with a watermelon if you eat a watermelon seed if you eat it.
You get pregnant?
No, what? No, a watermelon will grow in your stomach.
Oh.
You were never afraid of that growing up?
I always, that's always, a old wives' tale, too, for,
You get pregnant from a watermelon seed?
That's just okay, if you grow a watermelon.
I guess so.
It's a little pseudonym for it or whatever.
Okay.
Anyways, they say after putting it in about a half an inch, I decided this isn't interesting. I'm going to take it out now.
Wait, half an inch? How long is the bean?
Right? I don't... If from the picture, it looks little. I'll show you it here in a second.
Okay.
But they say, this isn't interesting. I'm going to take it out now. And I tried to pull it out with my little fingers, but that just pushed it in even deeper.
Oh, God.
I tried to scrape it out with my pinky. That pushed it in deeper. After that, I decided to just leave it alone and not mess with it.
This is a parent's worst nightmare.
As a kid does. They're like, it'll work itself out. I went to bed that night, and when I woke up in the morning, it didn't feel like the bean was in there, so I just assumed that it fell out while I was asleep. Oh, how wrong I was. Cut forward about 8-ish years, 2 days ago, and my left ear started to feel weird and produce a lot of earwax. It also had a hard bit of what I thought was cartilage under my skin that moved in the way and blocked up my eardrum somewhat. I didn't think much about the bean yet. I just assumed that this was my first ear infection or something like that. Well, after a day and a half of scraping what I thought was old, hard earwax out of my ear and a few hydrogen peroxide treatments to my ear to loosen the wax up last night, while digging around in there, I finally got a huge piece of wax out of my ear. I could feel it come loose and start to move towards the opening. Then finally, it came out.
The earwax?
Well, that's what he says. Okay, pulling up the picture. Says, I brought it out of my ear and put it on my hand and saw just how much it looked like a bean. Then I remembered what I did over 8 years ago, and I felt both incredibly stupid and relieved that the whole ordeal was over with.
Oh my God.
And if you look at this picture of the bean, it's got a little sprout out.
Yeah, it's sprouted.
So it's gotten wet in the ear over all this time, and it looks like it's trying to grow.
Jesus.
It was trying to grow in his ear.
That's terrifying. That is awful.
Right?
That is truly a nightmare.
That's so cringy. It's so bad.
Oh my God.
But we actually had a story that was very similar to this. You remember that one?
No. There's a lot of messed up shit on this podcast.
I looked it up, and it was from Valsock on our very first episode. And he had gotten an earbud stuck in his ear.
Oh, yep.
And it caused him a lot of issues.
Yeah, that's
so wild. If you haven't heard our first episode, go back and take a listen to that, too.
Why are you listening to this one if you haven't heard the first?
Well, a lot of people do. We'll start on the newest one and then go back.
Wow.
But, yeah, also, if you listen to the first one, though, don't judge us too hard. I tried better with sound quality.
We've gotten a little better. Not much, right? but a little.
We're not professional by any means, but...
You can definitely... I've had a lot of people tell us that you can definitely hear the nerves in our voice.
Oh, absolutely.
In the first 2 or 3 episodes.
Absolutely. Even when we start now, I feel like I can hear the nerves in my voice when we first start.
You're just a ball of nerves.
All the time.
Okay, ready for my second?
Yep.
All right, so my second story was sent to us by Frog.
Hi, Frog.
Just a frog.
Frog.
And she says, this happened about a month ago. It was around 3 a.m. and I couldn't sleep, so I thought, hey, why not shave down there?
Who does that at that time.
As one does.
I am never that motivated for that.
She says, it's been quite a while. I bring out my shaver and start going at it until everything is gone. Then I turn around and try to shave my ass. So just diving right into this. At 3 a.m.
Right? That's too much.
As my fellow
Watch
ladies...
a movie. Do something else.
As my fellow ladies might know, it's kind of difficult to shave one's ass.
Yep.
You bend over and pray you don't nick anything. Well, in this case, I nicked something because I started bleeding. Ass blood all over my hand.
Oh, God.
The bleeding showed no signs of stopping, so I shouted for my younger sister, with whom I share a room with, to come over
What
to
are you doing?
to come over to the bathroom and help. She comes in and starts freaking the fuck out. She's screaming, and I'm trying to calm her down while holding my butt cheeks apart to prevent blood from staining the other cheek.
Oh my God.
I tell her to get something that may help me, and this idiot grabs a small bottle of glittery hand sanitizer and squirts about half of its contents into the wound.
Ow.
It burns. Like, it really, really, really burns.
And glitter on top of that?
It's like plastic glass.
No. Oh my God. Who does that? She's fired. What is going on in her mind?
I lose all my composure and start screaming while fanning my butt.
Yup.
I would give anything to make the pain stop.
Like, did she do that on purpose?
I don't think so.
Mean. Hopefully not.
I start running around crying in agony. Well, it must have sounded like someone was being murdered because some cops arrived to check on us.
No.
I was still hunched over in pain in my nightgown while answering their questions, and I've never been so embarrassed in my life.
Like, can you explain to us what happened tonight? They're like,
you got the cops called on you because you made your ass bleed.
You just turn around and moon them. Be like, this happened.
Right? I 100% agree that, like, all cops need a raise. Because I bet they see some pretty wild shit on a daily basis.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, they're probably so jaded to it, but there's still some stuff that, like, probably throws them for a loop.
Yeah.
Actually, we've gotten some stories from cops before, haven't we? Mm-hmm. Damn. The guy, the cop from Sweden?
I think it's Norway.
I can't remember.
Are they the same
he had
thing?
some, no.
Is that a dumb question?
A little
Is
bit.
one within the other?
It's a different country.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Geography is not my specialty.
They're different countries, but
Okay, I don't know.
But yeah, I'm sure the hand sanitizer could not have felt great.
No, especially with glitter in it. Oh my God.
It's like,
I would be so mad.
Hot wings may like tear you up down there, but hand sanitizer is a different level.
Right? Oh man. In an open wound. No,
Ugh.
thank you.
Good night.
Okay. You ready for my second story?
Yes.
Okay.
You got a shit-eating grin on. I don't know why.
Okay. Fun fact. It's hilarious that you said shit.
Gross.
Going into it.
We have way too many poop stories on this podcast.
This one is so good.
I'll take your word.
Okay. So this is by Shatner's Bassoon 123.
Shat.
Right? It's great. Okay, so they say, this happened just a few hours ago, and I'm just about ready to come out of hiding. So it had been brought to my attention that our plumber was coming to do some work, and we weren't to use the shower, etc. during this time. Now, we hadn't gone into detail about this, and I just assumed that it was a water shutoff event, and as it happened a couple of times recently. Of course, it turns out I was oh so wrong. On top of this, I currently have no data on my phone and had to pop out on an errand this morning. This was a critical element to the fuck up, as my mom sent us all a text with the words, "You have 15 minutes until showers and toilets are unusable," via iMessage.
No. That's not how you do it.
Okay, so they say, now I obviously didn't receive this message until I was back home with Wi-Fi. So I waltz in the house, receive this belated text, and think, oh joy, I still have time to unleash this monstrous morning poo I've been sweating over.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, he says, now being the careful man I am, I knew it was a risky event, so I even double-checked the taps and the shower to make sure that water was running, and then I was still in time before getting to business.
There's still water in the pipes if you shut the water off.
He tried, okay?
Okay.
But it gets worse. 5 minutes later, I'm feeling very satisfied as I flush the loo and go to the kitchen for a coffee. About 30 seconds later, there's a distinctive, "Oh God," that runs through the window. Followed quickly by a pattering of footsteps on the stairs and an insistent, "No, no, no," announcing this latest crisis. Well, folks, turns out our plumber wasn't working on the water line at all. He was working on the sewer pipes. Pipes which he had recently cut a portion out of to fix up. Pipes that now lead to nowhere but his dignity. Upon hearing of my crime, I immediately went into hiding upstairs, whilst continuously getting updates from my delighted brother with helpful things like, "It looks like the fucking so-me down there, and the poor fucker is now sitting there with a hose and a bucket. What have you done?"
Oh my God, this dude just got shotgunned with shit.
He did.
Oh, man.
Worst job ever.
Plumbers make some crazy good money, but that's why.
Oh my God. He says, on the plus side, our COVID-denying builder has finally put a mask on without needing prompting. So every cloud and all that. But like, you basically just shit directly on this dude.
Some people have to pay for that. Oh, that's disgusting.
Right? It takes a different turn that you don't expect.
No. That's the risk of that, but that's why they get paid so well, because no one wants to do that job.
No.
You're a dick.
Hey, you didn't know at least. I like that he even tried to check the water.
Right?
Like, to double check, just to make sure.
I've always said that mistakes are the best tools for learning.
Yeah.
So he won't forget this.
Oh, no. Neither will the plumber.
Yeah, it's probably not the first time it's happened to him, though.
God.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Ready for my third?
Yep.
Okay. This one was submitted by KawaiiKidney.
Kawaii.
Yeah. And so she says, so this was yesterday. Just made it out to my new home, and I am deciding to air out my embarrassment to you guys.
Woot woot.
Thank you. So I'm moving to a new state. There is a lot to pack, and I've never moved by myself before. All that stress and having two lovely dogs on top of that really made small mistakes happen. Me and my boyfriend were clearing out everything we could. I found my unfortunately large dildo I got from Adam and Eve a year ago that was just too big to ever use. Yeah. I tell my boyfriend to throw it out into the trash that was about to be picked up by the trash collectors. He does, and we go on our journey, traveling via car to the new state. Woohoo. I finally get to the main highway. Sweet Home Alabama is blasting and the mood is on the upswing as we're finally leaving the stressful state we've lived in. Which, congratulations.
Good for you.
It's super hard getting out of a state where you've been a long time.
Yeah. John and I have thought about moving out of state, and there's so much connection.
Yeah, it'd be... The relationships are more important to me than being in a different location.
Yeah.
That's all. What was I saying?
Sherry.
You're good. Oh, I really think we're having a fresh start and I'll no longer be tied down. Cool. Fast forward several hours, my mother texts me this image, which I'll show you in a little bit.
Okay.
With the accompanying text, "Look what you left." This is the picture.
Oh my God.
It's just a huge dildo right in the middle of the road in front of the trash cans. And that's a big boy.
Oh my God. Flesh colored and everything.
Yep.
Just out there.
A text from your mother saying, "Look what you left."
How does she know?
It was right in front of their house.
I get that, but...
It's the dildo in the middle of the street. My dad found it.
Oh my God.
It must have bounced off the garbage men. It must have bounced off when the garbage men threw out the trash.
And they said, "Oh, hell no, not today."
Yeah. They're not going to pick it up.
Right.
Everything stopped and I was mortified. I can never face my father again. I can never visit again. The humiliation is too great. And I can't just go up and say that it wasn't used. Now I'm horrified.
Right. Oh my God, that would be so bad. At least you're gone from there.
Yeah, there's no explaining that away, though.
Right? Leave that in the rear view, just like everything else.
You're just fucked. Literally.
But not by that.
No father ever wants to see something like that.
No.
But I'm sure as time passes, it'll be forgotten about eventually. So it's not detrimental, but don't show your face for about 6 months.
No father wants to see that, especially one that size.
Right.
Like, dear God.
Some of those fucking horse ones or something.
Oh my God.
Just, nope, never talk to him again.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you ready for my third story?
Yes.
My third story also kind of goes along with yours, just like how my second one did.
Interesting.
A little bit.
Okay.
Okay, this is from an anonymous source, and they write, my old man unfortunately passed earlier this year, so my family has been reminiscing stories about him, and one came to mind that I don't think I can share with my sisters, stepmom, or mother, so I thought I'd share it with you.
Okay, we'll share it with everyone else.
For a prerequisite, my dad was always a good laugh, always joking and never overly serious. But he always got very awkward whenever the topic of sex, sexuality, or relationships came up, and would usually make awkward jokes to change the conversation.
I mean, rightfully so. No dad ever wants to talk about that stuff with their, daughters and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
They said the most descriptive I ever saw him being was him calling Natalie and Bergula a babe, and once telling my stepmom her bum was lovely when he was drunk on their anniversary.
Ooh, scandalous.
Which is the most adorable thing ever. I love it. Okay. They say it was during a school holiday when my little sisters were only young, and my stepmom was working, and my dad, who worked from home, went out to see some clients, so I was babysitting. They were parked in front of the TV watching movies and eating snacks, so I went off to my dad's office to watch one of the Jackass or Dirty Sanchez DVDs away from the kids.
Nice.
But I inserted the DVD and I couldn't find the Windows media player that my PC had to play the DVD. As I'm walking off, I just hear the loudest howling, screaming orgasms. So I run back to his office, and on the full screen is just two women with what I can only describe as having the biggest pair of tits I've ever seen in my life, ramming each other with dildos and screaming at the top of their lungs.
Some good old 80s porn.
Which, that would be so horrifying. I don't need to know what my parents are up to. Hard pass. No.
Not at all.
No. They say I managed to scramble around and close the program down before my little sisters come up to see what the noise was. And the eldest of the two says, Daddy says we weren't allowed to use his computer. I'm telling him what you did, though. Like a little narc.
Don't. Just leave that one between you guys.
Right. He says when he gets back and she tells him what I did, he asks what I was up to. So I just say, oh, just tried to watch a DVD, but couldn't get it to work. No media players.
Jeez.
So he just nodded and said, yeah, I didn't need them, so I removed them. It's just a work computer, and walked off. Mm-hmm. They say I never told a soul until today. Miss you, Dad.
Oh, man. That's unfortunate.
That's scarring.
Yeah. It's probably grainy too, some really, really old stuff.
Right. And I can just imagine how loud it being and sprinting back. What is this? Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh God. So those are stories. I'm done talking about this.
Topic change.
Yep. You can submit your stories at savagelydelightful.com. Mm-hmm. And all of our outros, all of our handles are on the outro, right?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you for listening.
Yep. See you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, you may have made a mistake today, but at least you didn't mess up as badly as the people we discussed. If you did, we would love to hear about it, and we may even feature your story on an upcoming episode. You can find us online at www.savagelydelightful.buzzsprout.com, on Twitter at savage_delight, and on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at savagelydelightful. If you like what you heard today and you want to show your support, please consider donating to us on Patreon at patreon.com/savagellydelightful. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss future episode releases, and please consider leaving us a review so that it's easier for others to find our podcast. Thanks, bye!